Hello and welcome back to Kitchen Tips with Spread Some Magic. Today we're talking about boiling water. Getting really back to basics here. We're going to talk over two things. The first, if you start with hot water instead of cold water, your water will boil faster. Yes, these guys tested and it was boiled 90 seconds faster. After it got to boiling, they added salt and pasta and it was taste tested and you could taste no difference. However, the EPA, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, says hot water from the tap can contain much higher levels of lead than cold tap water. But even cold tap water should be run for a while to ensure that any lead deposits are flushed out of the system. So, yes, hot water will burn faster. I can't tell you if you have more lead or not if you use hot water instead of cold to fill your pot. I didn't know that till I read this. So, do what you will. Your products come out the same, so if you want to save 90 seconds, start with hot water. The other is water will boil faster if you cover the pot. True, and that's not the only reason you should use a cover. When you heat water in an open pot, some of the energy that could be raising the temperature of the liquid escapes as vapor. As long as more energy is being added to the water than is being lost, the temperature will continue to rise. So covering the pot prevents water vapor from escaping, enabling it to come to temp faster. How much more quickly? Not a lot. Let's see, everything. The covered pot took 12 minutes and the uncovered pot took 13 and a half. So again, a 90-second difference. But why even waste a small amount of time? However, if you're heating water or another liquid for a recipe and you need an exact amount, you'll want to keep the lid on. That way you don't lose too much in the vaporization. By the time 1 quart of liquid comes to boil, it can lose more than 2 tablespoons of volume through steam if left uncovered. This might not seem like much, but it's enough to throw off a recipe for chocolate cake, make pastry cream, more like pastry cream. So it says, next time the recipe calls for boiling a precise amount of liquid, put a lid on it. So I boil and then I measure into one of my Pyrex dishes after. There's not many recipes that call for boiling hot water. Chocolate ganache is one that comes off the top of my head. And brownies, I use boiling water in my made from scratch brownies. But again, I don't think I boil first. I think I boil first and then measure, not the other way around. Anyhow, there's 2 tips on boiling water and we'll see what happens next week. Thanks for joining me and be sure to spread some magic.